Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will see some more practice questions based on applications of derivative. Question number 13 to 18. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So let's start with question number 13, which says the value of x for which the polynomial 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4 is a decreasing function of x. So, see, the hint of this question is we have to find the interval of x in which this function is decreasing. So, what is the condition of a function to be decreasing? For a function to be decreasing, f dash x must be less than 0, right? So, from the given fx, we will find f dash x, right? Clear? From the given fx, we will find the f dash x and put f dash x less than 0. And after that, we will find the interval on which this function, that means we will find the interval on which the calculated f dash x becomes less than 0, right? Okay, you have 10 seconds to think about and solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part. See, let fx is equal to 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4. F dash x will be equal to 6x square minus 18x plus 12. Right. Now, if this function is decreasing, f dash x must be less than 0. Right, for function to be decreasing. So 6 times, see, f dash 6 times x square minus 3x plus 2 less than 0. Clear? So now this can be written as x square minus 3x can be written as minus 2x minus x plus 2 less than 0. So the roots are 1 and 2. So x minus 2 into x minus 2 into x minus 1 less than 0, right? Therefore, x x lies between 1 and 2. Clear? So I think option D is right choice. X lies between 1 and 2. Clear? Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 14, which says if fx is equal to 1 upon x plus 1 minus log 1 plus x when x greater than 0, then f is. So we have to discuss about the f, whether f is an increasing function, a decreasing function, or both increasing and decreasing function, or neither increasing nor decreasing function, right? Clear? Again, we will apply the same method. So the hint of this question is fx is given in terms of x. So we will find f dash x, right? Clear? We will find f dash x and check whether the f dash x greater than 0 or less than 0 or none of these, right? So in this way we can say that the function is increasing, decreasing, or which condition it is satisfying, right? So again, you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. The given function fx is equal to 1 upon x plus 1 minus log 1 plus x, right? On differentiating with respect to x, we get f dash x is equal to minus 1 upon x plus 1 square minus 1 upon 1 plus x, right? So f dash x, let's take negative thing common. So f dash x is negative of 1 upon x plus 1 plus 1 upon x plus 1 square, right? Now, see, if x is greater than 0, if x is greater than 0, this thing will be positive. This thing is already positive, right? And negative sign outright this. So, overall, the function f dash x is less than 0, clear? When x greater than 0, right? So, f dash x is negative. Therefore, fx is a decreasing function, clear? Fx is a decreasing function. Option B is the right choice. A decreasing function. Let's move to the next question, question number 15, which says if fx is equal to sin x minus cos x, the interval in which function is decreasing in 0 to 2 pi is, right. So again, we will hint of this question is again we are given fx, clear. So we have to find first we will calculate f dash x, and after that we have to find in which interval f dash x is basically less than 0, because to we have to find the interval in which function is decreasing, clear. So fx is given, we can easily calculate f dash x and put f dash x less than 0, right. So from 0 to 2 pi you will get the interval, right. So again, you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Since fx is sin x minus cos x, on differentiating with respect to x, we will get f dash x is equal to cos x plus sin x, clear. Cos x plus sin x. We can multiply and divide by root 2, clear. So root 2 into 1 by root 2 cos x plus 1 by root 2 sin x, right. Therefore, root 2 into cos pi by 4 into cos x plus sin pi by 4 into sin x, right, which is equal to root 2 cos x minus pi by 4. Now for decreasing function f dash x less than 0, clear. For decreasing function f dash x will be less than 0. Therefore, x minus pi by 4 for decreasing function f dash x less than 0, right. So in which interval, cos in which from which interval cos x is negative? See, cos x is negative from pi by 2 to cos x is negative from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, right, because this thing is negative, clear. Therefore, for this function to be negative, x minus pi by 4 should belong to pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, right. Now we have to calculate the interval of x, so we can add pi by 4 throughout. So x is between 3 pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4, clear. For a function to be, for this function to be decreasing, clear. So I think I don't think any option matches with this. So I think option D is right choice. None of these, clear. None of these. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 16, which says if fx is minus 2x cube plus 21 x square minus 60x plus 41, then again we have to talk about increasing and decreasing of this function. So again we will apply same procedure. So the hint of this question is we will first find f dash x, right, and see whether uh, in which interval f dash x is like greater than 0 or less than 0, right. On the basis of that we will judge about the options, clear, right. So again you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Since fx is minus 2x cube plus 21x square minus 60x plus 41, right. Now on differentiating equation 1, we will get f dash x, which is equal to minus 6 x square plus 42x minus 60, which is equal to, if we take minus 6 common, so minus 6 into x square minus 7x plus 10, right. So it is equal to minus 6 x minus 2 into x minus 5, right. So if x less than 2, f dash x is less than 0, right. So that therefore if x less than 2, fx is decreasing, clear, clear. Therefore option B is right choice. Fx is decreasing when x is between minus infinity to 2, clear. Okay, so let's move to the next question, question number 17, which says the function fx is given as lambda sin x plus 6 cos x upon 2 sin x plus 3 cos x is monotonic increasing if this function fx is monotonic increasing if lambda belongs to, right. So we have to find the conditions of lambda if this function is monotonic increasing. Again, the hint of this question is, see, what is the condition of a function to be monotonic increasing? We must find f dash x first, right. So we will find f dash x and make f dash x greater than 0, right? And on the basis of that, we will find the values of lambda or interval of lambda on which f dash x should be greater than 0. Clear? So again, you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Fx is given as lambda sin x plus 6 cos x upon 2 sin x plus 3 cos x, right? So for this function to be monotonic increasing, let's find f dash x first, right? So on differentiating with respect to x, we get f dash x is equal to, see, first we will keep a denominator and take derivative of numerator. So 2 sin x plus 3 cos x, derivative of this lambda cos x minus 6 sin x, minus keep numerator, that is lambda sin x plus 6 cos x, and take derivative of denominator, that is 2 cos x minus 3 sin x, upon denominator square, that is 2 sin x plus 3 cos x square. The function is monotonic increasing if f dash x greater than 0. Clear? The function is monotonic increasing if f dash x greater than 0. That means 3 lambda into c. If you adjust this, you will get 3 lambda into sin square x plus cos square x minus 12 into sin square x plus cos square x should be greater than 0, right? Now, since we know that sin square x plus cos square x is 1, right? Therefore, 3 lambda minus 12 should be greater than 0. Therefore, lambda should be greater than 4. Clear? Lambda should be greater than 4 for this function to be monotonic increasing, right? So I think option D is right choice. Lambda greater than 4. Clear? Okay, got it. Let's move to the next question. Question number 18, which says the sum of intercepts on coordinate axis made by the tangents to the curve root x plus root y is equal to a is, right? So the hint of this question is, see, first we will find the equation of tangent to this curve. How will we find equation of tangent to this curve? We'll find dy by dx, right? By differentiating with respect to x both sides, right? Clear? So when we will differentiate with respect to x both sides, we will get dy by dx in terms of x, right? In terms of x. Clear? Now we will write the equation of tangent. Clear? And we have to basically find the sum of the intercepts on coordinate axis, right? So how we will find sum of intercepts? So when we will put x equal to 0, we will get y intercept, and when we will put y equal to 0, we will get x intercept. Clear? Also, we can get intercept by writing the equation in intercept form. See, if x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, if equation is written in this form, then its x intercept is a and y intercept is b, right? Clear? So we can also write equation in this form. Clear? So this was the hint and methods of solve this question. So we have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. As we have discussed, it is given root x plus root y is equal to root a, right? Therefore, 1 by 2 root x plus 1 by 2 root y dy by dx is equal to 0. Therefore, if we calculate dy by dx, right? So dy by dx will be equal to minus root y upon root x. Hence, tangent at xy can be calculated as capital Y minus y is equal to slope, which is minus of root y upon root x, which is equal to minus of root y upon root x into capital X minus x. So after adjusting this, you will get x root y plus y root x is equal to root xy root a. Clear? Now we can divide this equation throughout by root x root y root a. Clear? So after dividing throughout by root of xy root a, we will get x upon root a root x plus capital Y upon root a root y is equal to 1. Clearly, as we discussed, uh, if equation is like this, the intercept is a and b. So we have to calculate sum of intercept, right? So clearly here root x and root y are basically intercepts, right? So therefore sum of intercepts will be root x plus root y. So let's take root a common. So sum of intercepts is equal to root a into root x plus root y. Now see, root x plus root y is basically root a. It is given in the question, clear? So let's put root x plus root y is equal to root a. Therefore we will get sum of intercepts as root a into root a, which is equal to a, clear? So answer should be a. Sum of intercepts is a, clear? Is it right? So I think option A is the right choice. Okay. So in this way, we have discussed different types of questions based on applications of derivative. Right. Hope you understand and like the concept. Okay. Thank you so much.